All right, 60 Minutes, everybody. All right, hey, Bill. I saw your tweet about 60 Minutes about the talking robot piece. Yeah, Charlie Rose was sitting there talking to this artificial intelligent robot that really moved bad. Speaking of fucking Westworld, right? And he asked the robot what its goals were. First of all, that a robot would have goals like a person, okay? And the robot said, my goal is to one day be smarter than human beings. So I tweeted, I basically tweeted, please unplug that fucking thing. All right? So he goes, I come somewhere between unplug it and fuck it. It seems like everyone knows the machines will be our doom, but I feel like everyone involved and even everyone else just looking on has but will they take over type of curiosity. My question, I don't know what you meant by all that. My question to you is that if in 10 years the robots are filling in as clerks at stores or working the lobby of hotels, would you be comfortable as a customer in those locations? Also, I highly recommend the new Westworld remake on HBO. Yes, I thought that was Netflix. My fault. HBO. It's totally up your alley, and I'm sure you remember the original with good old Yul Brynner. How funny is that? Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. I already talked about it. I loved it. This is what I think. I actually think that that those robots will make human beings obsolete. I know that sounds fucking crazy, but they will, okay? And they don't have to sleep. They don't have to fucking do anything. They'll outwork us and all that type of shit. And they're going to act like then we finally get to sit around and chill out, right? Like that was the big promise of all of this technology that was going to be coming out in the future. I mean, there's always technology, but the newer technology, the technology of the future, the 3-day work week. They used to make fun of that on the Jetsons. Oh, these 3-day work weeks are brutal. People are working more than they have ever worked in their fucking lives in this race to, I don't even know what the fuck. Why the fuck? Can somebody please tell me what the fuck we need robots for? What do we need any of this shit for? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like somewhere in like the mid-90s, like, that was good. We advanced enough with cars, travel. We advanced enough with medicine and that type of shit. I mean, basically from 1995 on, if you're fucking dying, then, I mean, I don't know, the amount of shit that you could sidestep, tuberculosis, polio, all of these fucking things, all those plagues from back in the day, they were all gone. I mean, something, I don't know, it's hard when it's somebody you know and love, or obviously if it's fucking you, but like, I don't know. I think the population, I've always talked about it. It's a major fucking problem. And I don't know how they go, like, I just feel like those things will come along and they'll just be like, well, you have those things that don't need to, they don't need a flat screen TV. They don't need any of that type of shit. They can do the work of 10 people. Or let's say they can do the work of 4 people. Then there's 3 extra people out there, isn't there? Or there's 4 extra people out there. Let's fucking cut this thing down by 25%. I mean, there's already too many fucking people walking around. You're going to have a bunch of robots walking around too? At some point, something's got to give. All right? And I can guarantee you one thing. Robots are never forming a union. All right? They're not going to. So I think they'll be smart enough to not get them to do that. But the greed of going after the dollar and making one that's just a little bit better, like these fucking iPhones, I think we could get ourselves into a tough situation. And here's a question I have. If you kill a robot in the future, like, is that going to be considered property damage? At what point will that actually be considered murder 1 or murder 2 or robot slaughter? They'll have to have all these new laws. You know what I mean? Like, what if they make them like what they're trying to do? Like, they probably going to make them fuckable at some point, like that fucking movie I saw like a year ago, What if you go out and you fuck somebody else's robot, Like, hey, that's my robot. You just came in my fucking robot. What the fuck? Even though it's self-cleaning and all that shit, I can't fucking do that, right? You're just really opening up a fucking can of worms there. I went to that TED.com. Just look up robots and try to find the one where this lady is sitting there. She's fucking talking about, having robots around the house. You know what I mean?
and it's the stupidest thing. Okay, first of all, she's whoring it up for no particular reason in the beginning. I don't know why. She's wearing like these hooker boots. She's sitting there talking about robots to a bunch of egghead nerds, and she's still got to whore it up. It's like, can't you just stand on the merit of the fucking speech that you wrote? Do you really got to get people's dicks half full just so they'll keep listening to you? How fucking insecure are you? You're talking about robots in the house, walking down the hallway. Hey, what's up? Fucking high five and a goddamn robot. That right, and it's not like it's a movie. It's fucking real. That's not compelling enough of a subject. You can't hold the audience's interest. You still have to put on your streetwalker boots. It's weird. She has on streetwalker boots, but she has on a modest skirt. It comes down a little. Or maybe because the boots go up so fucking high. You know what I mean? Isn't that basically the rule? If you're going to wear the fucking thigh-high boots, you basically have to have on a miniskirt. All right? So she starts her speech, right? Not a whore, just dressed like a whore. Like she put on half of her Halloween costume and then, oh, wait a minute, I have to give a speech. So she goes down there and she's just like, she actually sounds, what she's talking about is smart, but she doesn't sound that smart. So I don't know if some nerd wrote the fucking speech for her and got like, I don't know, fucking broke out in like hives right before the speech, so they sent her out instead. But she's just up there being like, when I was a little girl, I remember just seeing Star Wars and seeing C-3PO going, wouldn't that just be awesome to have like a robot? And not to like do Jaws, but just to like kind of talk to and like joke around with. And she starts talking about how she feels that robots should be in the fucking house because she wants her own C-3PO. Am I saying that right? Am I pausing at the wrong time? How come the C-3PO? C-3PO. C-3PO. I don't know, whatever. It's such a stupid fucking movie. It was one of the most overrated fucking goddamn motherfucking movies of all time. I would rather watch Muppets Take Manhattan. I think that holds up better. Because at least there's adult humor in there. You know? You know who totally ripped off, used the Force? Joel Osteen. That fucking squinty-eyed guy. Well, you want a t-shirt? Jesus wants you to have a t-shirt. Just think about it. It's going to happen. He totally stole that whole vibe. I don't even know if that makes sense. You know, furthermore, I don't care. Plowing ahead. So this lady sitting there talking about these fucking robots. You got to watch the video. And about, 10, 11 minutes in, I can't remember where the fuck it is, they cut to somebody shooting the shit with a robot. And it looks like it's basically a head coming out of a giant VCR. And he's like sitting there like, and it'd be like if you had a VCR with a head coming out of it, but like a robot head, like bolts for eyes and shit. But it has like eyelashes for some stupid reason, like blinking. Like it needs to blink, right? And he's sitting at it like he's at his desk, like almost face to face with the thing. He's just like, hey, fucking R2-D2, look what my girlfriend bought me. And he showed some sort of fucking, I don't know what the hell, it's some macho chain or a watch. I can't remember what the fuck it was. And then the robot's just like, oh my God, that's really interesting. Did she? And it's moving its fucking head. Can I ask, either this might be the dumbest question ever or just painfully obvious. Why the fuck would I need that? Why would I need that? Like, why wouldn't I just talk to my friend? You know what I'm saying? It's like the baseball kid from way back in the day. Remember that shit? I talked about it here in the podcast one of these Mondays. They used to have the baseball kid. It's called Baseball Kid, the baseball kid. If baseball's what you want to do, baseball kid will pitch to you. And it was a cardboard cutout of a friend, basically, that you don't have throwing a fucking baseball to you. You know, it was basically for the kid with no friends. So now they've upgraded it to the person who has no fucking friends. You know what's great? Is that I bet that guy didn't even have a girlfriend. I bet he bought the watch for himself. And now part of the sickness is he just fucking lies to this robot about this life that he doesn't have. And you know, once you start doing that, it's an inevitability It's a fucking cirrhosis of the liver that guy's eventually going to stick his fucking human dick in that robot mouth. And the second that fucking happens, that's it. That's the end of the fucking human race. I'll tell you right now, there's scientists out there fucking robots right now. They're out there banging robots, you know, under the whole platform of fucking research. It's real scary. Like, go watch this shit on TED.com. They got another one showing how we're fighting wars now. And like these guys sit in Arizona, they basically go to work, they go to war, and then they come home after fucking blowing up some bad guys. Or hopefully bad guys, right? And then they fucking go and they sit down and hang out with their kids. And they're sitting there talking about how, you know, now the bad guys are getting the robots and blah, blah, blah. It's fucking inevitable. All those drones, they're basically eventually, all the shit they're using over there, I think eventually they're going to use over here. You know? In the future, there'll be no more skipping jury duty. The second you skip it, you're going to wake up in the morning, peek out the window, and there's going to be a fucking drone just hovering there. You have 7 minutes to get to court or you will be vaporized. It's going to be one of those fucking things. Is this the least interesting thing you ever heard in your life? I mean, didn't I just basically do every science fiction movie? Has there ever been a science fiction movie where they predict something great? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to be original here for once in my fucking life. Let's go the other way. It's going to be a friendly drone. It's going to be outside the window. Go back to sleep. It's okay. We set your clone to go down to the jury duty. Now we don't need you. So you will be vaporized. You will be vaporized. That's the way to do it. I think that's going to be that's going to be the funeral in 2020. I think by 2020, we're going to know definitely where you go when you die. And if it's anywhere other than here, people are just going to choose to tap out. You know, it's going to be like getting a vasectomy, just getting fucking vaporized. Still an intense fucking procedure that needs a serious talking before you do it. But, you know, I need a change. You know, like when people on the East Coast move to like Minnesota or fucking San Diego. Just needed a change. That's what's going to happen. People are just going to get vaporized here in the future. It's fucking true. You know, I know you guys are rolling your eyes right now, but you don't have access to the information that I do. Okay, so please reserve your judgment or whatever. Temper your judgment. Don't be hasty with your judgment. Whatever that fucking expression is. Russian guy outwits banks. Oh, I like this one already. Hey, Bill, thought you might enjoy reading this article about a Russian man who outwitted a bank by writing his own terms into their credit card contract. Jesus Christ, that's fucking phenomenal. How the hell did... That's like beating Bruce Lee at karate. Or kung fu. Or Jing Feng Ku, whatever the fuck he did. Article, here we go. The idea of beating the banks at their own game may seem like a rich joke, but to Dmitry Agarkov, I don't know, 42-year-old Russian man. Sounds like he plays for the Red Wings, doesn't he? 42-year-old Russian man may have managed to do it. Unhappy with the terms of an unsolicited credit card offer he received from an online bank, Tinkoff credit system, Agarkov, sorry if you're listening, and I'm butchering this, or if you're of Russian descent. He scanned the document, wrote in his own terms, and sent it through. The bank approved the contract without reading the amended fine print, unwittingly agreeing to a 0% interest rate, unlimited credit, and no fees, as well as a stipulation that the bank pay steep fines for changing or canceling the contract. The bank has so much money they'll be able to get around this. But that's fucking genius. What a hero. Agarkov used the card for 2 years, but the bank ultimately canceled it and sued Agarkov for $1,363. The bank said he owed them charges, interest, and late payment fees. A court ruled that because of the no fee, no interest stipulation Agarkov had written in, he owed only his unpaid $575 balance. Look at this. 2 minutes left in the game, people. Is he going to win this or what?
Agarkov is now suing the bank for $727,000 for not honoring the contract's term, and the bank is hollering fraud. They signed the documents without looking. They said they said to me what usually their borrowers say in court. We've not read it. Agarkov's lawyer said, the shoe's on the other foot now. Sorry, I really butchered the ending of that reading. So, well, I got to pay attention to that. Well, they'll settle out of court. I don't know, man. That's a hard. I mean, the fact that you just got out of paying the fees. I got to put this in my computer here. I want to pay attention to that. Agarkov, Russian bank case. Okay, so it's still at that point. Hey, anybody in Russia listen to this thing? Can you please keep me abreast of this? I want to see if he gets any of that $727,000. All right? I'm going to do a little pregame analysis here. I'll tell you right now, I got to tell you, if I'm the bank, I got to be thinking, how did we end up in this situation? I would actually guess that they're not going to pay any of that. They probably got enough politicians and judges in their pockets. I mean, it's corrupt enough over here. I can't imagine what the fuck it's like over there. No offense, but it is what it is. Yeah, if anybody, I don't know, in Estonia, Latvia, if you're close enough, you can pay attention and let me know. I'd appreciate it. Lithuania, the Ukraine, Belarus, look at me. Huh? I've learned some shit.
All right, I don't know if you guys know this, but I guess they're working on cars that are going to drive themselves in the future. I don't know why. I mean, how fucking lazy are people going to get? I mean, it's going to be great for drinking and driving. You'd just be drinking and riding, you know? All of a sudden, you'll always have that fucking thing, right? But I don't like this, man. I don't like how everything's becoming fucking automated. You know, I feel like rich people are gradually phasing us out. You know? Because you know goddamn well the only reason why they allow us to exist is because they need us to farm, right? They need us to deliver shit. They need us to do a bunch of shit. And I could add another example. I don't know, dance around like a monkey at a fucking casino. Come downstairs and say a couple of words at your little fucking Illuminati party in the basement. They need us to do that. But once everything is automated and it just handles its fucking self, do you think you could be a part of that group? What if you were a part of a group that was just going to slowly fucking just phase everybody else out, you know? And somehow it would happen in your lifetime. All right? Like, who would you keep? These are very Hitler-esque type questions, but this is the type of fucking madness that I think everybody's capable of, you know, especially, I don't know, if you travel on the road, some of the dopes you fucking meet out there, watching people getting stirred up, you know. In all honesty, I can't stand, like, the choices that we have for president right now, you know, as it starts to go towards, as a fucking torpedo, that fucking St. Bernard looking guy, Bernie Sanders, right, his jowls, as they torpedo his fucking campaign, and all Democrats are walking around, he can't win. I love that. Yeah, because you're too much of a pussy to fucking vote for him, that's why, right? So you're gonna vote for this clammy fucking crook, or this guy who isn't saying anything. But, like, I really believe that, you know, you could talk people into fucking wiping out everybody on the planet. He's very easily. Just listening to Donald Trump, his speeches where he just says absolutely nothing. You know, he said today he was talking to college graduates, and he's literally going like, I'm going to bring jobs back to the United States. You wait. There's going to be more jobs here by the time I'm done. It's going to make your head spin. I'm going to have Apple bring manufacturing jobs back from China to here. Okay? And people clapped. He never has to say how he's going to do all. I'm going to plug up the hole in the ozone layer. Water's going to be clear. I'm going to get rid of all terrorism. And that's going to be the first week. Woo! I like this guy. This guy makes sense. He's making it great again. You know, and then you got Hillary out. She just talks through her fucking teeth. It's like, you know, she looks like she should be doing like a ventriloquist act, but the puppet isn't there. I just can't fucking, I don't know. I don't know. I don't fucking know. No idea. And I don't even know who the other guys are. I just heard a couple of them talking, trying to trash Donald Trump, and they sounded pathetic. Just not good speakers. This is a bad one. This is a bad one. You know, like I bet people watching, if you got a great college program and a bunch of seniors fucking graduate, you just go through a bad 4-year period. I think that's what we're coming through. We're coming out of right now. Like this one guy who was saying he was going to get rid of Obamacare if he was elected. And people like applauding. Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't get why. I don't have Obamacare. I guess my tax dollars pay for it, but I don't have any problem with somebody like, I don't want my fellow countrymen walking around with a fucking toothache. You need your spleen removed. Fuck you! Figure it out for yourself. Why don't we help each other out a little more, Why can't we do that? And if elected, anybody needs their spleen out, Donald Trump, I bet I could run. I could run for president if that's all you got to do is just say you're going to do all this awesome shit. You never fucking do it. Everyone will have health care and it will be free. All right. This weekend, by the way. The self-driving cars. Let's get back to that fucking thing. So evidently some self-driving car hit a bus, which is fucking tremendous for anybody who loves driving. That is such a tremendous fucking thing that happened today. Or yesterday, or maybe last year. All I know is I just found the fucking story. I'm so fucking psyched. The self-driving car hit the fucking bus. I mean, even though it was only going like 2 miles an hour, it's just so fucking great because it hit a bus. So all you got to say is just be like, well, what if there was a bunch of kids on that bus, right? And then that'll delay it a good 20 fucking years. Let me see if I can find this story. Self-driving. Google says it bears some responsibility after self-driving car hits bus. Can you fucking believe that? Well, was there a person driving the bus? I would say that you have all the fucking responsibility unless this guy literally drove into the fucking thing. Alphabet Incorporated, Google said on Monday, it bears some responsibility after one of its self-driving cars struck a municipal bus in a minor crash earlier this month. The crash may be the first case of one of its autonomous cars hitting another vehicle and the fault of the self-driving car. Dude, this is going to be a shit show. This is just one, and it already hit a fucking bus. You know what I mean? That's lunacy. It's fucking lunacy, man. I will tell you, I think it will cause people to drink like they've never drank before. Most nights I don't drink out here because I drive myself places. I don't fucking Uber. Well, that'll put Uber out of business, right? Well, I guess if you don't have a fucking car. I don't know. Don't you guys like driving? I hope you have like the option. My thing is, how is the insurance going to work? Because goddamn well, there's no way the insurance company is going to take that fucking liability on. And they're claiming they're going to get rid of, there'll be no more deaths from car accidents. There's going to be no more accidents. It's going to be like just accident free. And this is amazing to me that it's gotten this fucking far, considering, that like the amount of times they tried to kill the electric car, right? And big oil companies, that type of thing. You're fucking with their blue blood money. You're not having that. Let's go electrocute an elephant to show how fucking dangerous these cars are, right? So, like, this is the only thing I can think. These insurance companies, they're making enough money to go down there and whack somebody at ABC Incorporated, right? They fucking do shit like that. You go to a diner and all of a sudden you stagger out going, they poisoned me, and you do a face plant, then your invention disappears. Oh, I'm going down the rabbit hole. This is why I think they're letting this one go through. Because they're eventually going to get rid of all of us. And when they do that, they're going to have no more limo drivers. So they're like, well, what are we going to do in the future if we want to ride somewhere? I'm not going to drive my car and soil my wealthy hands, am I? And then somebody's like, well, what if we just we'll just make the cars drive themselves? Oh, okay. Okay. Kill them all then. Yes, thank you. Poison them, remove them from the planet. I wonder if they got rid of everybody, how long it would take for this, to go back to normal. You have to take all the nuclear waste, right? Just send it out, out into fucking space, right? Send it towards Mars. Just make sure you don't hit the moon. And all you do is just fucking chill out in your little house. I wonder how long it would take to undo all that. But all this shit that people leave behind, the fuck are you going to do with all of that? That's all going to go into the soil. That'd take a little, it wouldn't happen in your lifetime. Jesus Christ, I am all over the place, man. What the fuck am I talking about here? Murdering people and self-driving cars. You should see this fucking car, by the way. This fucking self-driving car makes the Volkswagen Beetle look like a goddamn Lamborghini. People on The Simpsons drive a better looking car than that fucking thing. Ugh, they're all going to be the exact same fucking one, right? You'll have your options of like 3 different colors. Like white, black, or beige. Oh man, this is not uplifting. Let's talk about these new Hillary Clinton fucking commercials, which of course none of, and the Trump ones, none of them talk about any sort of issue. They're just sort of talking about each other, about what assholes they are. It's like 2 7th grade girls just fucking starting rumors about each other. They're not talking about the nationwide heroin epidemic. They're not talking about fucking the pharmaceutical companies trying to fucking make weed not legal at a state level again because all the states where it's fucking legal. The prescriptions are all down. They're losing money, so they're going to try to demonize it again. According to the person that I can't even remember who the fuck it is that told me that, and then I never read it to see if it's true, but now I'm telling it to you. They're not talking about any of that shit. Great Barrier Reef is dead. Who gives a fuck, right? All right, let's trash the Hillary one first. All right, the Hillary one about fucking Donald Trump is they're trying to go, your kids are watching this. What kind of president are they going to see? Okay, which I get. All right, there's kids that are into politics, but they show like 6-year-olds, like riveted to a fucking adult running for office. Do you remember when you were 6 years old? Remember I don't even what kids see nowadays. When I was a kid, remember when your parents put on the fucking news? Remember that feeling in your stomach? It was like they were making you eat spinach. You're like, oh my God, I got to get out of here. This is boring. Anytime there were adults on TV with suits talking, it was over. I wanted nothing to do with it. All I want, cartoons. I like sports. The Bionic Man. What else did they have back then? Little House on the Prairie I liked for a little while. And then it got all gross when fucking they brought that kid in who did he go deaf or did he go black? I can't remember what the fuck the Adam kid or some shit. He started fucking the one with the pigtails. It just got gross, man. I don't know. I used to like watching the cowboy shit. I like that stuff. But anything that was remotely nightly news, politics. I vaguely remember Richard Nixon crying on the radio when I was riding in the car with my mother, and she was trying to explain to me what was happening. And I was like, oh, okay. And I never thought like, wow, this guy lied to the nation. This is a president crying on the radio. I had no concept of any of that. I was just like, all right, can I get out of the car right now? Because it's sunny out. We've been driving for a while, and I think I'm going to throw up. That's all I was thinking, because I was a fucking kid. Okay, people? Here's the deal. I mean, how fucking awful are you that you got to start talking about kids? Kids are watching this guy. And then the Hillary one, I don't even know what the fuck it was. It looked like a fucking Pink Floyd video. I was cooking, and I turned around. I had the game on, the one that Trump made about Hillary, which I want to say it was somebody dressed up like Hillary, holding a pickaxe or something. Like, I didn't even know. I never took a hallucinogen, but, that commercial made me be like, this would have been a great time to have done some acid, to just watch that and and if he somehow made it like feature length, that would have been fucking awesome. But anyways, I believe the election is this week. I want to say it's Wednesday, or is it Tuesday? Maybe it's fucking Tuesday. I have no idea. I know Wednesday the 9th I'm going to be on Conan O'Brien, and there will be a new president. Is it going to be the first lady? You know, which means Bill Clinton will be the first... what the fuck would he be? What would he be called? The first husband? The first husband? I knew I'd be groundbreaking. Jesus Christ, can you imagine if that fucking cigar fucking sticking lunatic is back in there and now he doesn't even have a fucking job? Jesus Christ. Hillary the first day is going to be like, get all these broads the fuck out of here. I'm president. Get them. Anything with a twat, get it the fuck off Pennsylvania Avenue. That's it. They're literally they're gonna have to fucking wheel Bill around like Hannibal Lecter on like one of those two-wheelers. You know what I mean? With the little fucking muzzle on him. Jesus, that animal might be coming back. I think he's gonna. I think Trump fucked up. He just said too much crazy shit, and he made the Clintons look sane. And he's got no one to blame but himself. That's my prediction, all right? If I was a betting man and I was going to Vegas, unbelievable, right? And Bernie Sanders is like that school that should have been allowed into the playoff and didn't fucking get in, right? Because all these fucking cunts were too afraid to vote for him because there's no way he could win. I saw somebody the other day on TV. They did this whole they go, all right, well, Hillary you got to make a smart decision either because it's really hard. This decision is really hard because Hillary had a bunch of felonies and Trump, and then they listed like all the shit that Trump did for like a minute. This is like a TV show. I was just so fucking irresponsible, I feel. You know what I mean? He's supposed to try to be like impartial, right? I hope I'm being impartial. I don't fucking like either one of them. I just don't know how you trash one guy for fucking 90 goddamn seconds and then and all you say about the other person is just their felonies. Why don't you just talk about the felonies that were brought up? That the charges of those things. You could talk about that for fucking 19 hours. Oh no, she has a blue bra, so therefore she must be a saint. All right, I'm off my fucking soapbox here. Good luck to you guys. I really mean that. Good luck to you, man. I hope somehow we come out of this. We somehow pick the fucking lesser of two fucking evils, whatever that is. And I hope everybody reads and rereads all the propositions and all the shit that's attached to them. I plan on fucking doing that for the first time ever. I'm actually going to be an informed fucking voter when it comes to that shit because I don't think there's any winning at the presidential level. No, Jesus Christ. Anyways. Ugh. Whoever wins, it's going to be a rough 4 years of speeches before the next one. I mean, neither one of them are a good public speaker. Holy shit. I mean, Trump just goes out there and wings it. Like when Trump gives a speech, he sounds like he's waiting for the headliner. He's like stretching, waiting for the headliner to show up. Keeps looking at the back of the room and they're still making that stretch. See, he's not here yet. They said he's on his way. Do another 10. And then Hillary with that whole bobblehead fucking thing that she does. Like, I haven't seen anybody so outside their own fucking body since Al Gore. Remember Al Gore when he was fucking, I'll never forget, he was doing a debate with George Bush. And George Bush makes a point, and then for whatever reason, Al Gore stood up, walked all the way over to George Bush, and just goes, "My turn," in his ear, and Bush does like a double take, like, dude, what the fuck? Sort of a natural reaction to this guy coming out of... I mean, he could literally feel his fucking breath in his ear. He fucking did this double take looking at him, and the whole crowd laughed at Al Gore, and then Al Gore just threw his head back and for whatever reason started laughing, just goes, ha, 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 ha. And I'm like, what are you laughing at? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, he was, that guy. You know what, that guy read about his critics too much. Like the first time they were like, he wasn't animated enough, and the next time he went out there, he was doing like this Fosse shit. Oh, Jesus. He redefined fucking flop sweat, that guy. All right, let's get out of politics. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking anyways. Good luck with the voting, everybody. May the best piece of shit win.